Victory is the result of a game. Victory at the cost of pain. Like a freight train, you're tied to the tracks.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and Pokemon fans of the world, it is MegaCrasher, and I come at you guys back again, once again, with a brand new video, and ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of the week where we break down and review our newest episode of Pokemon Sun and Moon anime. Now, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's waste no more time. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, all that great stuff. Let's get started. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we pick up where we last left off in the last episode, where it ended with Ash and friends restoring Lunala thanks to the power of their Z rings. We end up kicking things off into an ultra high gear, no pun intended, because after a small scene with Team Rocket, we end up seeing Lunala as well as the rest of the pack, being Ash and friends, end up flying from what looks to be like some sort of like secret compartment to their underground base at the school. Like, that is just incredible. Like, it looked like, you know, just a regular river, right? But it ended up opening up into like some sort of like secret waterfall, some sort of entrance or exit or something like that. It was absolutely incredible seeing that, you know. I was blown back. I'm just like, holy moly, that's actually pretty cool. So after a short scene where it features Kukui as well as the rest of the Aether Foundation planning out their strategies and all that stuff, we have Lunala getting into that pose, that epic as hell pose, and it ends up opening the Ultra Wormhole where you see Ash and friends end up going through it. But there is a little bit of trouble that's falling about. Because, number one, they actually end up losing connection to their base back in the Alola region, but we also have ourselves Giovanni's personal Team Rocket squad that is looking to cause even more trouble for Ash and friends. But here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, we got Kukui and Faba ready to confront them. And boy, do they ever. I just gotta say, it was really, really awesome to see Braviary end up taking a piece out of their rocket ship. And we also have Alakazam and Hypno unleashing their attacks as well. Man, oh man alive, I just gotta say, woo, that was actually pretty awesome, man. So ladies and gentlemen, while that battle is going on, we end up having Ash and friends end up arriving at their destination, and Poipole seemed a little bit too excited. I'm just thinking, what's up with Poipole? But here's the thing, is that before we end up getting our answer, we end up getting attacked by a very mysterious substance. But with that being said, it actually turned out to be Poipole's attack. Now, we're not talking about Ash's Poipole, but we're talking about hundreds, if not thousands, of Poipoles. Like, there was swarms of Poipole. I'm just like, what is this? Is this a Poipole nest or something? But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we actually end up having the Poipole of the Ultra World attack Ash and friends yet again, but they're actually saved by Ash's Poipole to more or less convince the Poipole that are attacking Ash's friends, you know, hey, stop. They're not our enemies. They're our friends. They want to help out. So while all that's going on, ladies and gentlemen, we end up having NAGANADEL make its entrance. Oh boy, man, oh man, I just about lost it when I seen NAGANADEL. I'm just like, yes, oh my god, yes. Finally, we get to see NAGANADEL. But here's the thing, is that NAGANADEL isn't exactly itself now, is it? It is actually very, very, very weak. And I'm just thinking, okay, what the hell happened here? So while all that's going on, we end up panning back to a scene in the Alola region where it showcases Lusamine and Burnett trying to decipher what the writing is that they had discovered on that mural right there. Now, we end up getting back into the same scene real quick where it showcases Ash and friends as well as the thousands of Poipole and NAGANADEL. And we end up having Mallow feeding it a handful of citrus berries, and that actually ends up making NAGANADEL feel much, much better. Now, the part that really got me was the fact that it used telepathy to communicate to Ash and friends. I'm like, what? It's got telepathy? No freaking way. That is just absolutely incredible. So it's actually at that point where NAGANADEL ends up revealing the truth about UB Black. UB Black is actually called Necrozma. Now I'm just thinking, oh snap, here we go, baby. This is where things gonna get real interesting now. So, to my surprise, I was floored when NAGANADEL said for Ash and friends to leave Necrozma be. Now, the reason being, ladies and gentlemen, is because Necrozma is actually responsible for giving light to Poipole's world, and we end up seeing a flashback, if you will, where it showcased what Poipole's world used to be like before it became dreary, before it became just absolutely dreadful and dark and all that stuff. Like, it was definitely not what it used to be. So we end up having a glimpse of what the Radiant One, aka Ultra Necrozma, looks like, and man oh man alive, it was a thing of beauty. And it was also referred to as the Light of Hope that was given to NAGANADEL's and Poipole's world. But trouble rained down on it with a meteorite. But it was when Ultra Necrozma sacrificed its light to defuse and inevitably stop that meteorite from crushing NAGANADEL's and Poipole's world, of course at the cost of Necrozma's light. And as you're seeing right here, it ended up becoming UV Black, and it just was not in a good way from that point on. And it was at that point, ladies and gentlemen, where Necrozma had to enter in a very deep slumber given the fact that it lost all its light, and it was at that point that NAGANADEL's land actually ended up beginning to just become absolutely desolate and dark and pretty much wither away into nothingness. It had absolutely no light left, and that right there put NAGANADEL and the Poipole gang in a very, very bad way. And that's where we can kind of piece together why Poipole ended up going to the Alola region, presumably to find a new place for NAGANADEL and the rest of the Poipole to end up living and thriving off of the light, that being in the Alola region. Now, getting back to NAGANADEL's flashback, we also end up showcasing a scene where it showcases Lunala and Solgaleo end up coming through the Ultra Wormhole, and that is when Necrozma awoke from its slumber and pursued them through the Ultra Wormhole for their light. And it was actually at that point, ladies and gentlemen, where Lily ends up sharing with NAGANADEL their story about Ultra Necrozma and how it helped the Alola region. Of course, at the cost of its light, it ends up going into a deep slumber, thus reverting back to its original form, being UV Black. But that is when, obviously, Solgaleo and Necrozma shared with it their light, and thus it became the Radiant One once again. So we begin to figure things out here, ladies and gentlemen. We begin to figure out why Necrozma attacked Solgaleo and Lunala to begin with in that Ultra Wormhole. Simply put, Necrozma wanted to take their light so that way Ultra Necrozma could come to pass and once again share its light with, I'm going to assume, is going to be NAGANADEL's world. As you can see, it is clearly lacking that light that is needed in order for them to live life the way that they want. So Ash and friends have a very, very big predicament on their hands, because it's at that point that they have a choice that they have to make. Either they sacrifice Solgaleo to restore Poipole's world, or they end up leaving Poipole's world as is and try to set Solgaleo free from the clutches of Necrozma. So we end up cutting to a scene, and boy, do we ever get into the thick of it. Lunala is being absolutely thrashed by Duskmane Necrozma, so it's up to Ash and friends to help intervene. We have Silvally that actually ends up intervening first, and it uses an air slash to be able to more or less distract Duskmane Necrozma. I don't think the air slash did that much, so it ends up using an attack. Not really sure what it is, but man oh man, things are getting real intense. And here's the thing, Ash actually ends up stopping Gladion from attacking again. Now, of course, the reason why Ash stopped Gladion from attacking Necrozma again was because of the fact that, you know, he was afraid that if Necrozma gets defeated or driven away, that Poipole's world would not be restored to its original state. So he ends up making a claim that he wants to save everything. He wants to save both the Alola region and Poipole's world, and you want to know how this all came to pass was through a simple flashback of when Sophocles ends up forgetting his lunch, or, you know, he didn't have his parents to make him food and, you know, bring to school and all that stuff, but Ash and friends actually ends up sharing a little bit of their food to give to Sophocles, and that revolved around Manalo. How many of you guys remember that? So, I think you know where Ash is going with this here. So after coming to the conclusion that Ash and friends actually need to share their Z power with Necrozma in order for them to have even a lick of a chance in this battle. So hopefully Necrozma will free Solgaleo, no longer needing its light and no longer needing to possess it. We actually end up cutting back to a scene where it showcases Kukui and Faba versus Team Rocket. Man, oh man alive. Things are not looking too friendly right now. So we actually end up having Gozu looking to take on Faba and Kukui. So he sends out Aggron, and I'm thinking, oh no. Oh, no. Please tell me that's not Mega Aggron right there. Please tell me that's not Mega Aggron up in this. And sure enough, it was. I'm thinking, holy mackerel, this is absolutely insane. And here's the thing is that I just got to know, like, was he feeding that thing steroids or something? Because all it took was one freaking Heavy Slam from a Mega Aggron to KO 3 Pokemon at once. That being Braviary, that being Hypno, almost called it Drowsy, and that being freaking Alakazam. I'm just like, what the hell? It's like, that's just, oh man. I'm just thinking, man, that is not good. Like, what the hell do we do now? So after we have another short scene with Team Rocket overseeing the action, we actually cut back to Lusamine and Burnett actually making the discovery, making the connection, if you will, that UB Black is the Radiant One. And it was also discovered, ladies and gentlemen, that it wasn't just Solgaleo and Lunala sharing its light, making it the Radiant One. It actually took the people and the Pokemon of the Alola region for the Radiant One to regain its light once again. I'm thinking, wow, like, that is a huge discovery. So it isn't just the light from Solgaleo and Lunala that allows for Necrozma to become the Radiant One. It's actually through the thoughts and the prayers of Pokemon and people in the Alola region that reached Necrozma that allowed for it to become Ultra Necrozma. Holy shit, that is crazy. So after that discovery has been made by Burnett and Lusamine, we cut right back into the thick of it. We cut right back to the scene where it showcases Necrozma and Lunala battling it out once again, and my god, it's just like, what? The things are just so hyped right now, man. So we have Ash and friends actually share their Z power with Necrozma. We have Ash with Pikachu. We have, along with Kiawe and Alola Marowak, Lana with Popplio, and Gladion with Silvally, baby. Woo! And I just gotta say, like, I was looking forward to see what the reaction was gonna be. I was looking to see how Necrozma was gonna respond to this right here. But then the episode ends, it's like, to be continued. I'm like, no, come on, man. I wanted to see what was going to take place before the episode ends, you know? But you know what, though, guys? That's how they do it. That's how they get you. That's how they build the episode up. That's how they build the hype up for the next episode. So that way you cannot miss the next episode. So with all that being said, I thought this episode was fantastic. It was absolutely delicious, and I want to know what your guys' thoughts are in the comment section down below as well when it comes to this episode. I mean, wow. All I can say is freaking wow. Absolutely hyped, baby. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so that right there is going to conclude this video. I got a question I got to ask you guys before we end things off. How excited are you guys for the next episode? It's going to be episode 90, and it's going to be the last episode of the Necrozma arc. Man, oh man alive. Everything is built to a fever pitch. I cannot wait to see what goes down in that next episode. So I hope you guys tune in. Hope you guys get hyped. And that's going to be it for this video, guys. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next upload.